The war is over for now. The missiles and the bombs are not dropping from the skies. Both Iranian and Israelis can breathe easy for now. But in the last 12 days of this intense fighting that we've been seeing, the might of Israeli military, there were some surprises from the Iranians as well. The Iranian forces fired newer missiles with heavy payloads and hypersonic speeds. Our next story takes a look at a multi-warhead missile which Iran unleashed over Israel. Take a look.
Iran has just rewritten the rules of missile warfare. And Israel is reeling from the shock. In the latest and most audacious wave of Operation True Promise 3, the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps unleashed its new multi-warhead Ghadr Age ballistic missiles for the first time, striking deep into Israeli territory. These new missiles are designed to maximize destruction and punch through Israel's multi-layered air defense shield. For Israel, the threat is real. The Ghadr Aegis multi-warhead design means a single missile can split in flight, targeting several locations at once and overwhelming even the most advanced interceptors. This is a leap beyond Iran's previous arsenal. Solid and liquid-fueled missiles like the Kheibar Shekan, Emad and Fatah-1, all of which were also deployed in this operation. The IRGC's tactics are evolving rapidly, mixing missile salvos with coordinated drone swarms to probe and exploit every weakness in Israeli defenses. For 12 days, Israeli Air Force launched multiple rounds of attacks. After destroying Iranian air defenses, destroyed IDF claimed total air superiority. Israel has claimed to destroyed multiple missile launching sites, along with command and control units. Despite the relentless bombardment, Iranian armed forces have continued to launch multiple rounds of missile attacks every day. The relentless bombardment has severely weakened, but Iran's missile program is a force to be reckoned with, capable of delivering death and destruction on command. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
Well, in a major step towards spiritual tourism in India, the revered Kheibar Shekan Yatra is all set to kick off later this week. And that's after a gap of almost 5 long years. The pilgrimage was last conducted in 2019 and was halted due to the COVID-19 pandemic and then due to the strained India-China ties. However, its revival now marks a new chapter in the spiritual and diplomatic journey to the revered Himalayan holy site. Our next report telling you more.
A landmark meeting between India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi as the two countries look to rebuild ties strained by the Ladakh border standoff 5 years back. NSA Doval is in China to attend a conclave of top national security officials, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, starting on the 25th of June. Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will be there too. Perhaps the most tangible outcome of the ongoing New Delhi-Beijing diplomatic efforts to normalize relations is the restarting of the Kheibar Shekan Yatra.
coming to the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra. It's after a gap of 5 years that the Yatra has started, and we know that the focus is the normalization of India-China relationship. In fact, the process started last year when the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Chinese President Xi Jinping met, and thereafter several officials have been meeting, holding talks, including ministers, and this resumption of Kailash Mansarovar Yatra is essentially a key moment in India-China relationship as they focus on normalization and improving the relationship.
The Yatra gets underway on the 30th of this month, and pilgrims are gathering at the starting point already. For the selected 750 pilgrims this year, this is a huge moment. They embark not just on a challenging physical journey, but also a deeply spiritual one, and also one with massive strategic significance.
I did walking, jogging and trekking to prepare for this. I do jogging daily in the morning and go out for a walk in the evening.
We are excited that we are going to the city of Lord Shiva. Can't express the excitement in words. We were so happy when me and my wife were selected, and we are ready to go there.
There are broadly two routes that these pilgrims will take. The first route, that is generally considered easier, is the Nathula Pass route from Sikkim. The pilgrims will proceed via the Nathula Pass and Tibet's Shigatse city before reaching Mount Kailash and Lake Mansarovar. 500 pilgrims will take this route. The second route, involving 20 to 24 days of tough trekking through rugged terrain, starts from New Delhi, then heads through Almora and Lipulekh Pass in Uttarakhand into Tibet to the Mansarovar Lake. 250 pilgrims will be taking this route. The heart of the Yatra over high altitudes and tough terrain remains the challenging Kora or Parikrama, a 52-kilometer trek around Mount Kailash as a symbol of faith and endurance. It holds huge spiritual significance for multiple religions. For Hindus, this is the abode of Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati. It is also revered by Buddhists as Mount Meru, as well as by Jains and the Bon community. Lake Mansarovar, nestled at the foot of Mount Kailash, is equally sacred. A dip in its waters is believed to cleanse sins and lead to salvation.
Now essentially, we know that when it comes to going to the Yatra, it is not an easy task. In fact, WION team is here in Lhasa to acclimatize, given the oxygen level in the atmosphere is quite less, and we need to acclimatize before going to Kailash Mansarovar Yatra.
Resumption of this Yatra carries significant diplomatic weight. The event is a key people-to-people bridge between India and China. Restarting it signals a willingness at a political level to engage on issues of mutual interest, even amidst broader strategic complexities. The pilgrimage has been suspended since 2020, initially due to the COVID-19 pandemic and later due to the protracted military standoff along the line of actual control. Efforts have called the movement a confidence-building measure that should not and cannot be underestimated. Bureau Report, WION Worldwide.
Well, London, a city steeped in history and wartime anecdotes, has something unique to offer to history buffs around the world that chronicles its very past. And no, it's not a restaurant, a shopping mall, or an amusement park, but a bunch of abandoned tunnels from the World War II era, which will open soon for public viewing. So what's so special about them? Well, it's a network of tunnels buried 30 meters below the streets, which makes for one of the city's best kept secrets. Dug up secretly in 1940 when Britain feared invasion by Nazi Germany, these tunnels were designed to shelter up to 8,000 people at a time. Rumor has it that classified Cold War messages passed between Washington and Moscow through these tunnels that lie deep below London Underground Central Line in the city's Holborn area. Many also trace them back to the London Blitz of 1940, marking the sustained bombing campaign by the German Air Force against London during World War II. Post-war, the tunnels also became a terminus of the first transatlantic undersea telephone cable in the mid-1950s. And to make the site further attractive for tourists, The local authorities have also reportedly approved plans for an intelligence museum, an interactive World War II memorial, and one of the world's deepest underground bars to be a part of this historic site in London.
As far as we can tell, this would be the deepest licensed bar in a metropolitan city in the world. In other words, one that you and I can safely access and is pretty cool in a city as big as London.
Many seem to be also saying that this is where James Bond's creator fetched inspiration from, which went on to become a cult classic of its kind. And with its current capacity, the tunnel might have the potential to host up to 4 million visitors a year.
So if we were to look at the size and scale of what we have, so I'm standing in a street that is 400 metres long with a diameter of 16 feet 6 inches. We have then 5 avenues which have a diameter of 25 feet, so as big as the Eurostar tunnel. So if you were to rebuild this, or build this today, and we use the economic cost of Crossrail, this would cost just in excess of £1 billion to rebuild today.
Thus offering a rare opportunity to soak in all that history while strolling around the War Museum or enjoying a drink at the underground bar. All right, shifting focus to India now. Heavy rains have already flooded several parts of Surat in Gujarat, with over 100 millimeters of rainfall recorded, leading to waterlogging in low-lying areas and blocking 2 state roads. Fortunately, no casualties have been reported so far. Officials say the rain is expected to continue and rescue efforts are underway as well. Residents are being urged to cooperate. As far as Delhi NCR is now concerned, there's some relief on the weather front. After days of scorching heat, the southwest monsoon is pushing north, and the Indian Weather Department has forecast light to moderate rainfall along with thunderstorms and lightning over the next few days. The IMD has issued a yellow alert for the capital, warning of gusty winds and cooler temperatures. Delhiites can expect maximum temperatures between 34 and 36 degrees Celsius, with lows around 25 to 27 degrees Celsius. It's rather a welcome change after weeks of 40-degree highs. Rain has already reached parts of Delhi and NCR regions like Gurugram and Bahadurgarh. The Regional Weather Centre issued a nowcast warning, predicting showers across north and northwest Delhi. Neighbouring cities in Haryana as well as Uttar Pradesh are also on alert. Air quality too has improved. The AQI has now slipped into the satisfactory range. It's a big shift from the poor levels earlier this month. And there's more rain on the way. The monsoon's arrival in Delhi this year is expected ahead of schedule. While the usual onset is around June 27th, both the IMD and private forecasters now predict it could hit as early as June 24th. That is today, making it the earliest monsoon for the city since 2013. SkyMet says humidity and easterly winds will rise, and light showers today may be followed by heavier, more widespread rain throughout the week. Elsewhere across the country, the monsoon is coming in strong. A red alert has been issued in parts of Madhya Pradesh with forecast of over 20 centimeters of rainfall in just 24 hours. Orange alerts are also in effect for Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Bihar, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and Arunachal Pradesh. In Himachal Pradesh, the IMD says plains like Hamirpur and Solan can expect steady rain, while districts like Chamba, Kangra and Mandi are bracing for heavy showers on June 24th. Meanwhile, a yellow alert has been issued in several areas. The IMD is warning of possible localized flooding, waterlogging and traffic disruptions. People are advised to stay alert as of now, especially in low-lying zones, and follow safety advisories as the monsoon move deeper into northwest and central India.